Three, two, one, ghost. Hey, everybody, welcome to 321 Ghost. As always, I'm your host with the silent G, Kyle, and this rose is for you all tonight. And of course, joined by my pal Natalie. Hey, Natalie, how are you?
Doing fantastic. How are you?
I'm doing great. I love the sentiment of like leaving a rose behind. It's like, ugh, it's a little too murdery in here. Let me just one
Just
little
soften
passing,
things.
just to, spruce the place up just a little bit. I mean, when has adding flowers to anything hurt, you know?
Did he leave a rose for the male victims as well?
I made a note about that, and he did
Okay.
not.
Mm, wow.
Hey,
That's
everybody, if you haven't put all this together, of course, we're talking about the 1981 cult classic um, slasher film, The Prowler. So, this movie's directed by Joseph Zito, who we've covered another film of his. Do you know which one?
the 13th final chapter.
Final chapter, the final one that we did
The final one.
fourth. And that joke will never stop being dumb, and I'll never stop saying it. So probably I forget if I ranked that one best or Jason Lives.
Jason Lives was our I think both of us decided that was our favorite one.
So yeah, this was done a few years before Joseph Zito directed, arguably, I mean, in my opinion, the second best Friday the 13th movie, but like kind of like still like a 1A and 1B situation, I think, with Jason Lives and Final Chapter, right?
Right.
I had never seen this movie before. I always like going back to the 70s and early 80s when we can, especially if it's like, cult classic movies that I haven't seen before. I hadn't seen this before. Have you?
No, I had never seen this before. And I only just remembered it from you bringing it up because I maybe had heard of it a while back when I was looking up a list of like slashers that everyone should see, and it was on there. And I was like, "Oh, I'll add that to my list," and I never did. But this is my first watch of this movie.
Yeah, as soon as I saw Joseph Zito, and then really more importantly, seeing that Tom Savini was, a part of this doing the special effects work, I was like, well, obviously this is going to be at least, pleasant on a baseline level than
Yeah,
maybe some of your slasher fare might be just from Savini's involvement. And I'm just like, you know what? At least I know shit's gonna look good. And I'll be
that's
honest,
important.
I think it delivered in a couple set pieces.
Oh,
Maybe
for
not all of them,
sure.
but
I think it delivered in very unique ways too. Like as we go through the kills, I'll be more detailed. But I did find some fun trivia that Tom Savini said that this is actually one of his favorite films for his effects.
this movie stars Vicky Dawson, Christopher Goutman, who was in some soaps. Um, and then I think who was it? Fairly Earl Granger Jr. I think played the sheriff, who is, spoiler alert, the Prowler in this one. I don't know if I'd seen any in them, but like Vicky Dawson does look super familiar. She just has that like
Yes.
Jan Brady looking face. I don't know,
Yes.
where
Mhm.
I'm just like, I trust her. Like immediately, like she looks like the final girl in this movie.
For sure.
I think she's the only blonde.
Oh, yeah, that's an interesting note.
Dude, this is just like a lean 89 minutes, including credits. I I won't reveal my boot score just yet, but I like this movie. I think this is just literally like fucking just lean, mostly all killer, no filler, maybe a little bit just because like, all right, we got to get this to a watchable movie length. So you do have like a thread or two
Yeah.
that goes nowhere, but
Yeah.
I'm like, this is a pretty like run and gun, cheap slasher movie. No more, no less, just like a piece of candy, you know?
I'm leaning between two different boo scores, so you might need to push me one way or the other. I agree. I think it's very like watchable and it feels very like it feels very slashery, but there are certain things where I'm like, this they were trying to stretch that runtime and there's not a lot going on here. So I don't know. I've got some thoughts.
I am a little surprised. I was looking down at the Wikipedia where like, in a complex gate said it was the 24th best slasher film of all time. And
Yeah, it's got
then
a lot of praise for that, like that type of category.
yeah, and then let's see, LA Weekly said that the Prowler himself is the 11th greatest slasher villain of all time. I'm not going to read that
Okay,
list, but I
feels
feel
bonkers.
if you have already, you know, Freddy, Jason that are in
Probably
the
Michael
10 above,
Myers,
Michael Myers,
Chucky, I'm assuming.
Chucky, right? Um, it depends if they want to count like Norman Bates in
I would.
that conversation. I would. He slashes
Mhm.
a couple people up. And I mean, I could come up with a few more. It depends. Well, like, depends how people feel about the leprechaun.
Yeah,
It's
then
more of
it's
a,
like, how does Ghostface fit in there?
oh yeah, Ghostface. Yeah, do you just include like how many ghost faces do you
I think it would just be
put?
one,
One
right?
single
It would
ghost
just be,
face?
yeah,
That makes sense.
a
Oh, and
little
then you've got
unfair.
like, well, Leatherface. I feel like we can get a list
Yeah, we've
together.
already like I feel like we could get past you said a number 11.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But it's got a cult following, and then like, and I get it. Like watching this, I get it. It's like very, um, I think of a movie like Black Christmas that came out like a few years prior to this, and it's like even Black Christmas, which is like a pretty just like grim, just straightforward, you know, don't need a whole lot of story, don't need exposition. There's just someone who has arrived, there's a party, and young people get killed, and then they get unmasked, and you're like, oh, okay, sure, all right, that's why he's prowling, or I guess they both prowl, but this one capital P prowling. Um, but then it was like, let's take Black Christmas and like, can we just like shave even more like story off this? We don't like, let's just how bare bones can we possibly make a slasher movie? And I feel like this is as close as I think you would get. Other than like say something like I don't know. I'm thinking of like In a Violent Nature, which is like just so like devoid of any
Yeah.
story, really. I guess maybe they talk like in the first 2 seconds of like some of the lore of why that dude's undead and killing people, but
It's pretty much
whatever.
just Jason. But I think what my guess would be what sets this one apart from a lot of the older slashers is, and even from like Friday the 13th, I'm thinking of, and Halloween, we hold on the kills for a really long time and you get to see a lot more. Like this is very graphic for 1981.
Yeah, it's pretty fun.
Yeah.
I get why this is probably one of Tom Savini's favorites.
Oh yeah. And another fun thing, he when the kills happen, he's actually the one in the Prowler costume.
Oh, really? He plays the Prowler?
Mhm. Like
Oh.
just in the shots of the kills, because I think he's also making the practical effects work. That would be my guess of why he would be the
Oh,
one. So
wow.
he's probably doing something like that. They're just like, you know what, Tom, that seems really complicated. How about you just do it?
That
He's like,
seems pretty
okay,
smart, right? In a slasher movie
yeah,
to like have like the special effects guy wear the like ghost face mask or the prowler mask or whatever. If like just because then you're like, oh, he's just like fiddling with a contraption that's going to spurt blood. That's all we're
yeah.
watching essentially. But it's like, no, it looks like a knife going through someone's throat or like
Mhm.
just straight like up down through someone's fucking skull. Um, yeah,
Yeah.
that's fun.
Yeah. I thought that was a fun little tidbit,
And I love a good tidbit.
of course.
So yeah, I'm happy to get into this movie.
Let's do it.
Oh yeah. So now don't get me wrong, there's a little bit of backstory, and they're going to cover it in just a minute, or just over a minute, basically. So the movie proper starts in 1945. And even like with the like, it's the end of the war, fucking Hitler's caught with his knickers down and lead to the head, some kind of bullshit, and all the
Yeah, yeah.
sailors are coming home to meet their misses and their mammies. And I had to look up what a Dear John letter like what was the
Oh, you didn't know what a Dear
origin of,
John letter is?
well, I know what a Dear John letter is, but I was like, why is it
Oh, with the
called that?
origins. Oh, okay.
And it's literally just because, like, just a lot of people are just named John.
That's what I thought. I
And
thought there was
and
going to be something deeper.
and just Johns were kind of dickheads.
Oh, that's true.
Yeah. So sorry, the Johns in my life. Um, I think things have come a long way. I don't
Yeah.
know.
I know one good John.
So there is this woman, Rosemary, who is writing her own Dear John letter. And I think his name might actually be John. I don't know if it even says. But basically saying like,
It doesn't say his name because then that would spoil things for the killer later.
good point.
Yeah.
Yeah, she was like, well, it's been a
It's been she's like it's been a week, so
it's been a minute. I mean, I already joined the women's baseball league. I've already joined the factory. I've kind of done all the things I can do while you're gone. So, I'm gonna find a new boyfriend. So I will see you later. And then maybe do you think when you would think when women are sending those letters out, they're also kind of having their fingers crossed that they're dead already, right?
either that or like she's got the new boyfriend. He's already she's either spotted him or like he's like courting her already.
Roy, yeah.
And yeah, she might be hoping that he never gets the letter. That'd be pretty cruel. Better to have a broken heart than be dead, right?
Yeah.
Some may not agree if they're dramatic, but
Yeah, I mean, kind of. I know one person in this movie who gets a little dramatic about it. Yeah. Literally, it's the whole fucking plot.
okay,
Um,
that's fair.
so like you said, Rosemary's got a new beau. His name is Roy, and they're attending this college graduation dance. I think she's going to this college, I think. At first I thought it was like, is this like some sort of like a military like, graduation thing? And she just has a type, with like Roy. But then I was like, oh, like I said, yeah, it's World War II era. Like I'm sure probably like everybody is back from war, going to war.
They're like drafted.
Yeah, that's what happens.
So, I mean, at that point, you're just celebrating graduations and these guys coming back from war.
So so Rosemary and Roy go to this party, and this is all before the title card comes. Um, but important context, I promise. So Roy's like they're there for like 2 seconds, and Roy's kind of getting jealous and being like, you know, let's get you out of here. I don't need those daddios looking at you,
Yeah.
gawking.
Let's go fuck in this gazebo.
Yeah, so let me take you to my gazebo because he's been there before. He's
Oh, yeah,
taken
yeah,
women there before, right?
for sure.
Uh, they're not alone at this gazebo, Natalie, because Roy gets to necking, as the boys want to do. And then, geez, before you know it, fucking the lights go out and they both get impaled by a pitchfork, which is the Prowlers, we will learn, um, mostly weapon of choice. There's some knives
Yeah.
involved, but seems like the pitchfork first,
It's an interesting choice. Doesn't
especially if
feel
you want to double
convenient.
up. I agree.
Yeah. It just feels like such a large weapon to yield
And yeah, and
and
just,
hard to
yeah,
hide.
yeah, feels less unwieldy or feels more unwieldy than like even like an axe. Because an axe
Yeah.
is just tough because it's kind of heavy,
Mhm.
but and slow. But you can also just drag that fucker around. I've seen that happen. So there we go. We cut to 1980. We're 35 years later. And then we meet the protagonist of our story, Pam, who is planning. This is very My Bloody Valentine. Where there is the dance, right, that is happening, and then turns out there has not been a dance at this college, a graduation dance for 35 years. For some reason, that's changing. I don't know why, other than like maybe the
They're
kids are
just
just
fed
finally
up.
like, it's the 80s now. Welcome to this is our world.
Yeah. New
Um,
decade.
yeah. And who else do we meet here? God, I forget their no fucking names. It doesn't matter. I mean,
You
but
meet a few people. So you meet Lisa,
and you got
who,
Shelly.
yeah, like, what's the deal with Lisa and the, I see a deputy, Mark.
Yeah, yeah, Deputy Mark.
Okay.
Um,
He's like flirting
so
with her and then immediately like is flirting with Pam in the same space.
I think Lisa's just supposed to be kind of the floozy, the hussy,
Yeah. Yeah, I
you
think so
know.
too.
And then Mark's just being a fucking dickhead, just kind of
Yeah, because
falling
he
for it, like
reacts.
twice.
Yeah, he reacts because he like compliments Lisa, and then you've got what's her name? Sherry, the one with the short haircut,
Yeah.
the one that spends the whole movie in the shower.
And her boyfriend
Um,
Carl.
yeah, because she's like, well, how's it look on this side? And he's like, looks good.
Yeah.
When he's asking Lisa, he's like, oh, looks great from every angle.
Deputy is being kind of like almost temporarily promoted for the weekend, Deputy
Mhm.
Mark, because the sheriff is going to be out of town. He's going on a fishing trip. He's like, yeah, I got a call about like some dude prowling and stabbing that he might be coming through here, but I think you got this. I'm just going to go fishing. Just call me at the lodge if you need anything.
Suspicious.
Yeah, come on, Deputy Mark, you got this. So let's see. Back at the dorm, while the girls are getting ready for this dance, Pam, Sherry, Lisa. Um, Pam's starting to get a little nervous already, especially, with this prowler stabber on the loose, allegedly. Sherry's like, don't worry. Fun, come on. This is our last night together. We're all gonna just dance the night away, have fun, etc. Right? As you do. And then also, uh, there's old man Chatham. And actually, wait, I should probably stop myself. This whole movie, I think, takes place on the same street,
It feels that way.
essentially, because you have the dorm, and then kind of like down the street, you have Old Man Chatham's house. And
Hmm.
then you also have this house that is like not like a lived-in house. Like it has like a caretaker that lives in the basement, allegedly. But it's like this, it's for like hosting events.
And so, old man Chatham, he's the one in the wheelchair,
Yeah, yeah, just perving through the windows.
just perving through the windows. He has no relation to the sheriff, correct?
Not like biologically, no.
Okay. Okay. So sure.
Yeah.
So he's
But
just the neighbor.
that is a plot hole that or like not or just like an unaddressed plot thread, potential plot thread, right?
Hmm.
Is because they would know each other.
That's what I'm saying.
Okay, that doesn't make any sense to me. All right, we're gonna keep going, but we'll
Yeah,
circle back on that, okay?
we'll circle back to that later when the story starts come around.
Yeah. So, okay, so the dance is happening. You following? A movie with like that I said was bare bones, no plot. Oh my
Yeah, we're
God.
like, this is gonna get real complicated.
Yeah. So they all leave for the dance except for Sherry, who's still in the shower. But
Yeah,
unfortunately for
she's
Sherry,
gonna be there forever.
she spends the rest of that movie and then just to the credits. No one goes back for poor Sherry in the fucking shower. And then just that water bill just running for at least a day. Oh
God, I
boy.
hate that for them.
Yeah, but he's lacing up his boots for some prowling, some capital P prowling. So Carl arrives, and of course, he doesn't put two and two together. He's like, "Oh, the door is wide open," and just walks in on, Sherry in the shower. She's like, "If you're gonna get in, let's get in," and he's like, "All right, I'm gonna go fucking change my clothes." Um, and then Natalie, I think the challenge is that you have the coolest death, like so early on, because I was thinking about it the whole time.
Oh, I'm so
Um,
curious. Wait, which one is your favorite? Which is your favorite, Sherry or Carl?
Carl
Oh, I
getting
like Sherry's.
getting stabbed through the top of the head and the
Like,
blade going so far it goes out the bottom of his fucking
yeah,
chin and
that's
it
true.
catches on his eyes and
Oh yeah, I
pulls them
forgot about his
back.
eyes. Yes.
Holy
Oh yeah,
shit,
yeah.
it looks so
Okay,
good.
Carl does have the coolest death.
And with all the blood spilling out and shit,
I
like
love the
it
white
is.
eyes.
Yeah, the white eyes, it's so good. Sherry's was fine. She just gets, he's just like he grabs the
Well,
pitchfork, impales her, and she's just naked, through it, which is common for the time, I suppose.
it wasn't that unique of a death, because it's just the pitchfork going through her. It's the way that it looks. Like the way you can see it like piercing the skin, and like the folds in the skin look so realistic, like to if you were like poking yourself, like you can see that like that pressure. So that's what really caught my eye about Sherry's kill. The way that the pitchfork is inserting itself into the torso is really
Ugh.
cool. Yeah, like it looks real good. But yeah, okay, Carl does have the coolest death. I totally forgot about the white eyes. Those are really fun.
It's so good. Um, and poor Sherry just yeah, just like fucking what's her face in Psycho. She's dead in the shower. Um, and the Prowler leaves a rose on her head. Just says, "Here you go."
Sherry wouldn't have died if she didn't take so fucking long to get ready. She was like saying she likes to make Carl wait, but I'm like, okay, everyone else is fully dressed for this dance, and she's in
Yeah.
the fucking shower. She's got so long to go. I was like, girl.
Don't all like friend groups like have that friend
I mean,
who's like, yeah, 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 I'm almost ready. And it's like you haven't even gotten in the shower yet.
yeah, okay, maybe. Yeah,
And
still,
that's
I
what
was really
that's what Sherry
disappointed.
gets.
Yep, that's what she gets.
But yeah, no rose for Carl. It's fucking bullshit.
Yeah,
It's homophobic, really.
sexist. Yeah, I was gonna say it's homophobic and a little sexist. It's a little bit of
Yeah.
both,
So this rose is for you, Sherry.
just for Sherry.
Um, at the dance, fucking Deputy Mark and fucking Lisa, like you said, what the fuck's going on?
Mhm.
Because he arrives, fucking makes eye contact with Pam, and starts walking towards her. Poor Pam, just being so just fucking just meek and miserable and shit. Um, he immediately gets pulled away from Lisa, and he's like, "Oh, sorry, got to dance with Lisa."
Yeah,
Fuck.
for like 5 fucking minutes, like just politely be like, "Hey, girl, how you doing? Like, I gotta go say hi to Pam." Like, that's
Yeah.
all you gotta do.
And just
Yeah.
keep walking. Be like, hey, 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 I got you. Like, hey, maybe later.
Yeah, exactly. Like he could be polite. He doesn't have to be like fuck off. But yeah, the dance is so long. And he's having a great time. He's like laughing, checking over at Pam. Pam is just like staring daggers. But I'm like, you know exactly what you're doing, Mark. Yeah, you need to fuck off.
Dude, but then he comes to fucking apologize, spills punch on her, like an asshole. And then she's like, well, fuck. Now, I mean, yeah, wearing white and standing next to that red punch bowl as long as she
Knowing that you're
was,
serving punch,
I would say like, that is a little dicey.
wear red.
Yeah. Yeah, just yeah, any color like red or darker, right?
Mhm.
Because I don't think that teal was gonna help either.
No.
Yeah, no, 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 no. So she and maybe she came back, she was like, fuck, I don't have anything that's red. You all didn't tell me the punch was gonna be red. I asked ahead of
Punch
time.
always red or pink.
Yeah, you're right, that is the standard color. So
It's like
good.
the standard color.
Yeah. So she goes back to the dorm to change. Um, this is pretty funny because she just like so completely like
Oh
obviously
my
misses
God.
all the blood splattered everywhere.
So many clues. And then like later on in the movie, you see that there's also like a trail of blood on the floor as well. There's the bloodstained sheet. You've got Mark's clothes laid out. And then she obviously doesn't look into the bathroom. But nobody saying anything when I'm like, hey, like I'm just gonna close the door for you. You'd hear something.
Or at least just the fact that she wasn't hearing anything, where just like she was like, all
No
right,
sex
Sherry,
sounds.
yeah, like, hey, the shower's still running. It's like I would at least be like, hey, you okay in there, right? Or something. I don't
Yeah,
know.
like you've been in there a while.
But maybe she was just already being like, oh no. And from the second she walked in that dorm, she was like, these guys are fucking dead. I'm just gonna
Just to pretend I never
do
saw anything.
yeah, just do my bare minimum. Okay. I got my new dress. I'm leaving now. But damn Natalie. Somehow in this time, the Prowler also locked all the doors in the building.
That did not make sense to me. I was like, where did she come in from? She's trying to get out, and there's no open doors.
Yeah. She tries on like a few different floors. She manages to make it out because, of course, like the Prowler, she gets the first view of this guy chasing
Mhm.
her through. She does manage to escape, and then Natalie, you remember Old Man Chatham, the pervert, watching from the windows?
God, this makes no
He's
sense.
he's just rolling around on his wheelchair just in the middle of the night, like in some yard. I don't know if it's his, but
He's
he just
no,
grabs her,
he's facing the windows of that building.
the
He's
dorm,
just right outside of the dorm,
just perving outside.
just perving outside and then grabbing at this woman.
Yeah. And then not saying anything to her either. I don't think he
Yeah,
speaks in the movie.
no,
Yeah.
it's really strange. She's just like, let go, please. And I'm like, please hit him.
She gets away from him, runs into Deputy Mark. Deputy Mark's like, all right, I'm gonna go and investigate. Um, I love that he just like goes to Sherry's dorm because at some point, like the Prowler came back and locked that door, or locked it from the, or is in the room and locked it from the other side. And Mark just like tries to open it. It's locked. He's like, "Oh, nothing to see here. I'm good. Yep. All right. See you
Yeah,
later. Cool.
crazy.
I did my job. I did what a deputy should be doing.
Pam and Mark are really trying to have a normal night.
So fuck it. They're probably fine. Um, so he goes back to Pam and he's like, all right, hey, check the dorm. Everything's okay. And Pam's probably just like, did you see Sherry? And he's like, no. Or maybe, or the door was locked. So I
Yeah.
didn't bother. Um, but let's go to Old Man Chatham's.
Wait, before we go to Old Man Chatham's, if you knew there was a killer in the building that you were just in, would you just let your friend hang out in the room? Would you like, I would demand that you get out of that room so I'd make sure that you're safe. If it was you, I'd be like, Kyle, what the fuck? Like, open up. There's a prowler, capital P. You need to get out of there.
Yeah, it's probably
The
Deputy
shower
Mark.
sex stops here.
Mark probably just fed her some bullshit, being like, "Oh yeah, yeah, yeah. I think they're
Yeah,
fine."
they're fine.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's wild to me. I did not like that about Pam.
Also, I was like, I'll only just like, hey, look, they demonstrate that Chatham is in a wheelchair. I don't know if he's 100% wheelchair bound, but that is not a wheelchair accessible house they go to.
Mm-mm, at
There's,
all.
there's stairs on every side. How's that work?
Yeah. Oh yeah, there's so many stairs.
Someone build that poor man a ramp. Why do you make it so hard? So
Because he would just use it to get a better view of the girls.
I guess so. Is that why?
They're like, you know what? You can wheel yourself through the shrubbery and sit outside the dorm if you want to see them titties so bad. How about that?
And Lisa like shows him.
Oh my God, I love that she does that.
Oh gosh, I knew you would. Um, so Mark goes to look upstairs in this house, and then Pam is, going digging through his office.
And why
Looking
are
through
they there? Like, why are they looking for him?
because he's just like the next creepiest person they can think of.
Okay.
I think.
Or maybe he saw the prowler.
And because he grabbed her like when she was trying to
Hmm.
escape. So she was like, I don't
Okay.
know. Like, yeah, he's probably not the same person as the Prowler, but also I don't like
Mhm.
how he was behaving either. So let's investigate that. Maybe
Yeah,
see if
that's
they're
fair.
connected. Best I can
Okay.
come up with.
Yeah, okay.
Um, so I think this is when they discover his daughter is Rosemary, the woman that was, and it seems to be kind of just like town lore and knowledge, knowing that this
Yeah.
woman was murdered back in 1945 with her boyfriend Roy.
Mhm.
Um, and then Pam makes like quite a fucking leap, suggesting that the Prowler, which at this point, to be fair, she has not seen him kill anybody.
Yeah.
Yes, she doesn't know anybody's dead at this
Yeah.
point.
That's true.
Um, and thinks it's the same guy that was murdering upstate or out in Columbus, and is the same person who must have murdered Rosemary 35 years ago.
Yeah, you're right. That is a big jump. I didn't even think of the fact that she doesn't know that he's killed people at this point. She's just guessing.
Because it's a long time before they find even Lisa's body. They never
Yeah.
confirm. I mean, I guess, yeah, really until the very end.
Yeah.
She was like, I don't know, maybe Sherry's alive. Who knows?
That she
We
must be.
never
No
checked.
shit. Yeah.
Yeah.
She may be. Who cares? Who knows?
Yeah. So, speaking of which, back at the dance, Lisa's getting a little restless. And this is because her boyfriend, I think, drank a little too much of that punch after he spiked it.
Oh, he
This,
was in the bathroom. Mhm.
yeah. So she's like, I'm gonna go to the pool. Fuck you guys. Um, but damn, Lisa missed that warning by like you could
Mm.
have saved Lisa and Allison if Lisa was able to hold on for like just like a minute and
No,
a half.
she was
Be-
not having it.
Because the second she walks out the door to go to the pool, wherever that is on
Mm.
campus or in the neighborhood,
Like right
um,
outside the dance. Sounds
yeah,
like. Yeah.
um Deputy Mark and Pam show up and tell like the adult who's like chaperoning this thing like, hey, there's a prowler on the loose and he could be dangerous, even though technically we have not seen anything, and technically only one of us claims to have seen anything. But the chaperone's like, hey, you know what, stop the band that's playing. This band does kick ass, by the way.
Yeah, they're pretty good. Their songs are really interesting. Like the words to the songs are very intense, like Halloweeny almost.
So the band is called Water Parks,
I need to look
which
into it.
yeah, which absolutely with a name like that, these dudes like fucking love to party and have a good time.
Yeah.
Um, but yeah, they had a music video for the Prowler. I did not watch it, but I will afterwards. And then even named their tour on this, the Prowler tour.
Oh,
Okay, that's creepy.
this is big. Yeah.
Yeah. But I was
You'll
like,
be
dude,
prowling around all your neighborhoods.
I'd love to be in that band. And I love the idea of like playing in like a band at like a dance, and then someone has to cut us off mid-song to say that there's a slasher on the loose. I would live for that
Oh,
shit. I'd be
oh
the guy
yeah.
in the background looking so excited.
Yeah, you'd be like, oh no.
Yeah, because like as a band, I usually survive, or um the whole band just dies together in like some chaotic moment,
Yeah.
something similar. So but we're just like, hey, we're just keep playing. We're gonna get like Titanic. We're gonna go down with the ship.
Oh,
But the warning though was like, hey, everybody, stay inside. Which, fuck yeah, Lisa
Lisa
missed
did
that
not.
one by like 2 seconds.
Mhm.
So too late for Lisa, who's already taken a swim in the pool. Um, this is kind of weird at first because like as she's like climbing out, like the prowler like kicks her in the head or something.
Face, which is kind of funny.
And then she like kind of like it looks like she's like drowning, but she's like kind of twitching. Like I don't know. So maybe she was getting like brain damage or something. I could not
It,
figure out why she was making the moves she was making.
yeah, she looks like she is like almost as if the kick in the face is making her like black out a little bit, like in and out maybe, but it didn't knock her out. It's almost like she forgot how to swim.
A little bit.
Yeah.
And trying to be fair, getting kicked in the face like that when you're not, especially when you're not planning for it.
Would
Um,
you when would you be planning for that?
I couldn't tell you. Um, yeah, yeah. I mean, I don't know, like a WWE situation.
Okay, that's fair.
And this I thought also was really effective too, because the Prowler just jumps right in the water with her.
I thought that was so funny. I was like, we didn't hear a splash. This motherfucker just real stealthily just floated in there and was like right behind her.
Oh, I guess that's what happened is because he just like fucking kicked her in the head as hard as possible, just so she'd fucking like not be able to see straight for a few minutes. He fucking runs around to the shallow end and
Uh,
just wades in real
yeah.
quietly. And
Yeah.
he's like that asshole in Marco Polo that waits a really long time to say polo. And you're just like, dude, like, why are
Yeah.
we playing this then? We need a cadence that
And we
gives
know
me
he's
the opportunity.
ex-army, so I guess
Right.
he knows how to be sneaky
Some stealthy shit. Yeah. But I liked this kill because he doesn't just slit her throat. He like carves into her throat and
as
it
real
looks
good.
good.
It
Yeah.
looks so good. Yeah, it looks really, really good. And just the bloodletting underwater. Oh, anytime somebody gets hurt underwater and you just see the blood coming out like even faster. Oh, it's so brutal. I like Lisa's death a lot.
And do you think he prepared like an extra like dry set of clothes? Was he
Oh
preparing
my
to hop in a pool?
God. I didn't even think about that.
Because I was like curious because like one, I don't know if he would I mean, maybe he would prepare for a possible pool situation if he has like
He
kind of
knows
like a
there's a
lay
pool.
of the neighborhood. You know what I mean?
I'm sure he does if he's the sheriff.
Because when Allison goes and she's like, "Oh fuck, Lisa left. I should go check on Lisa. She's at the pool." When she goes and finds, well, doesn't find Lisa, but finds Lisa's dress and a bunch of blood in the pool. Um, she gets grabbed and stabbed in the throat by the Prowler. So she's
Which
dead.
also looks great.
But I was like, is he like it's he's coming from like in the bushes or like behind the fence. So I'm like, is he just completely soaking wet or is he naked right now?
Or was he, did he
Just
just
running
change?
around.
Did he go into the bushes to change?
Yeah, maybe.
Maybe.
Or
I
maybe
would
he
think he'd be
goes,
soaking wet.
yeah. Or he goes and changes, but just keeps the mask on. Terrible.
I don't think he was naked.
Warm summer night, you know. And
Just
he just has him like on a
trickle in the
clothesline, just
wind.
yeah, just letting it dry off for a minute.
Yeah. He's like, though, there, we got hours left of this dance.
Oh yeah. Um, Also, I'd mentioned like a couple like threads that don't really go anywhere. You have these two other party goers. You've got Fred and Sally, and Fred's like, "Hey, I heard there's a mattress in this basement if you want to go do some necking or, as
I
you
think
want to do."
I think they're gonna have sex.
Yeah, probably.
Yeah.
But like I was thinking like, oh, I guess we're not thinking like the 50s, it's the 80s, so they
Yeah,
probably
this
just
is the
say it.
80s. They're like, let's go
Um,
fuck on this basement mattress.
Gross. Um,
But also like they all have dorms. Oh, but they couldn't leave. Okay, fine.
yeah. So you have the dude who's like the caretaker for the place that's like kind of an asshole,
Mhm.
just spying on them as they're doing their thing. And then like you don't see any of them ever again for the rest of the movie.
I don't think they know.
I don't think so.
Did you watch this movie on Tubi?
Yeah,
Hmm.
I don't think Fred and Sally die,
They
or the
just,
caretaker guy.
but they see the caretaker, like they bust him.
I don't think so. Did I miss this part?
I don't, I, I thought that they got killed.
No.
Damn.
Yeah. Because when would they find their bodies? And it must have been off screen because I remember that happening. Because you think it's the Prowler, and I'm like, hold on, how's he all the way over here if he was just
Yeah.
at the pool? Because it's like it's from that POV kind of
Hmm.
shot, but then you find out it's like the creepy and it's supposed to maybe be like, oh, okay, like this dude's a red herring as well. Like there's a lot
Yeah.
of just off-putting dudes in this movie that they try to like prop up
Mm.
as red herrings. Um, Old Man Chatham being one, of course, and then Otto, who maybe we'd met at this point, just kind of a town weirdo. Um, and then this guy, this caretaker, who's just like really kind of aggro. Probably could he has to sleep on a mattress in a basement.
Yeah. Okay. I thought that they died, but maybe he just watches them.
Yeah, he just sits and watches them, and they don't see him, and that's it. So I'm just left to assume they finish, and he just watches all of it.
Oh, for sure. Yeah. A
That's
little
terrible.
voyeurism for the evening.
Yeah. So Pam and Deputy Mark are at the police station, and Deputy Mark hears that some kids broke into the cemetery. Ah, fucking kids. So they go and investigate that because they're like, I don't know, maybe it's connected. It's a dramatic night. It's stressful, but it's this
I
not is
would
not
be
how either
worried,
of us planned.
not even be worried about the kids at the cemetery. I'd be like, the cemetery's gonna have to figure that shit out on their own. We've got a guy running around a college campus and we've got kids trapped in a dance. Like, we've got to solve that first.
Yeah. Dude, and fucking there's a couple times where Mark just leaves Pam in the car and he's like, all right, I'm gonna go investigate this. I'd be like, if I were Pam, I would say, first of all, I'm going with you because you're armed. And
Mhm.
then two, you've got the keys to the car. So give me the keys because
Yeah.
you're not fucking leaving without me.
Yeah.
So
And
if
also,
I die, you're coming too. So
where are all the other cops?
there aren't. It's just a small college town where literally it's the sheriff and the deputy, and that's it, allegedly.
That doesn't even seem like a possibility. You'd have to have more than two cops, even in a
I
small town.
I mean, Urban Legend only had fucking what's her face, and I don't think she wasn't even a cop in the first one.
Here's a Security guard.
Yeah. Shit, they only had LL Cool J in H2O.
Oh my gosh. He was also
So,
a security guard. He's not the police of the town.
yeah. So Mark leaves Pam in the car and goes and investigates. And then he finds a dug up, desecrated grave, which is Rosemary's grave, right?
It is.
Okay. Yeah. See, there you go.
They don't figure
Um,
that out till the end of the grave sequence, but yes.
and they do not find Rosemary in the casket that's been dug up. But you know who they do find is our friend Lisa.
Poor
Sorry,
Lisa.
Lisa. So yeah, at first I put in a note. I'm like, so wait, hold on, where's Rosemary's body? But up, we're gonna find out.
We'll find out. But is this so this is the first confirmed kill?
First confirmed, like someone's dead that we know who
Yes,
died
by Pam and
recently.
Mark.
Right.
Mhm.
And then Pam also gets accosted by Otto, who's just wandering around the cemetery, the town kind of quiet, weird guy who just
Yeah,
kind of
I'm
like lurches about.
assuming he's also a lot of lurkers. They're all prowlers, honestly.
Yeah.
They're all
Um,
fucking prowlers, but I think he's like following her to protect her, it seems.
yeah, but then also like vanishes. Like he disappears very quickly, as much as like the Prowler
Hmm.
shows up and, quietly in pools. Deputy Mark's like, okay, maybe I'll ring the sheriff on this. We did find a confirmed dead body. Um, I thought this was kind of a funny scene when he calls the lodge and the guy that like fucking I've been there. Like the guy that like does not give a fucking shit. Like he's like, I'm not gonna fucking go in the middle of the night and go fucking knock on people's fucking doors trying to find somebody, but I'm gonna pretend to.
I love that he does the door slam and
Yeah.
that like as if he waits, then like slams the door. And it's like, oh yeah, no, he wasn't there.
I like that he can take a sigh of relief. Because when he finds out about all of this and someone tries to talk to him about it, he'll be like, I technically didn't lie because I did say
Yeah.
he wasn't there.
No, that's what I'm saying. Like he wasn't there, so he wasn't wrong.
So that kind of just worked out.
Yeah, it did work out.
Yeah. And that's where I'm like, see, it's
Could have
like when a
saved his
cus
own ass because if he was there, maybe he would have gotten killed.
like when you're working retail and it says like, dude, the inventory says we don't have it, and the customer's like, please, can you just check the back? Like maybe just check the back. And I'm like, I know we don't have this. Why are
Yeah,
you wasting my time? I've done this
yeah.
before and I've had to go and like walk up to the fucking warehouse and I just wait a couple minutes.
I
No,
use
we
that
don't.
as an excuse to go take a sip of my coffee.
Yeah. And
I'm
I'm
like,
like,
oh, you know what? It says they might have one. Let me go check for you. And then just go have a sip of coffee, stand there for a minute.
and then you're just like, ah, never mind.
Yeah.
Then he also calls the state patrol and he's like, okay, maybe one more cop. I do appreciate that he's like, hey, I also recognize that I am but one man and I've also had a little punch. So let's
And
I'm a,
there's literally a murder now.
I'm a little out of my element, I think. So I'm gonna call in the state patrol. But the state patrol's like, don't worry, dude, we already killed our prowler a couple hours ago. Easy.
Good.
Don't worry.
He's like, we got a different one.
Well, but again, that's why I'm like, Pam, it'd be really convenient if the person who killed Rosemary and the random prowler from Columbus and this prowler are all the same person. Right? Best two out of three, which is what she got, I think. You have to confirm with me at the end.
Yeah.
So Mark's just like, I really think it's Old Man Chatham. Like, I know he
Is
let
wheelchair bound.
let's just keep following him. We've been able to get into his house once. Like, let's just go back there, you know,
I didn't understand why they went back. It's because they think that he's the prowler.
because I think maybe at this point they realize that Rosemary is his daughter specifically.
Yes,
So they're like, that's as good of a motive as we've been able to figure out.
that's fair. But he also is, I mean, if Pam was smart at all, she would have noted the build of the prowler that she saw. Like he looked fit. Like he looked like he was very easily mobile and not the age of Manchatham. So that doesn't, like you could tell that he was younger and
Yeah.
more mobile. So that I would be like, no, I don't think it's him. Maybe an accomplice.
So they go back to the house to investigate. Unsuccessfully, Mark tries to dump Pam back at the dance, being like, "Can you?" And again, to Mark's credit, he's like, "I mean, you are like a citizen. I
He
don't think it's
should,
a good
yeah,
idea. I think you should just go here where it's safety and numbers, and I'll just do my cop stuff." And of course, he's like, "Look at Mark just trying to play sheriff," and he's like, "I'm the only cop in town. I mean, I kind of have to.
yeah.
It's my job."
That was a little bit mean that she
And
said
you're the one
that.
wearing a sheriff's jacket right now. Who's trying to play pretend who? Get the fuck out of here. Give me my jacket back.
I would have been happy to go back into the dance. I would have been like, all right, you figure this out. You're trained. I'm not. You're
Yeah.
gonna get fired if anything happens to me while you're just dragging me around.
Yeah,
So
100%.
I'm gonna go dance.
So, like I said, unsuccessfully, because she's like, "Nah, you're not fucking leaving me." And she gets back in the car. Um, they get to Old Man Chatham's house, and the Prowler's already there. Cuts the power, knocks out Deputy Mark, um, who I think was like upstairs at some point. I forget.
Yeah, he was
And
upstairs.
Pam was like back in the office, like investigating again. This time, remember when I was like, "Hey, where's Rosemary's body?"
Found her.
Ugh, damn, found her. They just I don't know why, but pulled out her like 35-year-old, you know, decomposed body just to shove it up a chimney.
It it's a weird choice, and that he puts it up the chimney of old man Chatham's house instead of like, I don't know, putting the corpse anywhere else.
And I think she's wearing the same outfit that she was murdered in. Don't you think that's kind of like bad vibes?
That she is that dress. Maybe because he has access to police evidence, maybe he had the dress and put the dead ass corpse back in that dress. Because nobody's
Possibly.
burying her in her fucking graduation dress. I'd be so pissed.
I mean, maybe. I don't know, but that's what
Be
I
like,
mean,
this is a seasonal
obviously
item.
it's obviously so we can recognize who it is, but
Yeah,
I don't know. So pretty funny.
it is
So,
funny.
fucking Pam's like, "Okay, I've seen enough." Turns around, Prowler's right there with his rose. "Will you take this rose, Pam?" And she's like, "No, thank you." And they do this kind of chase through the house for a little bit. Um, that's the thing with slasher movies. It's like, you know, a lot of this movie is padded by like some chase scenes, but it's
Yeah.
like, yeah, they just go from room to room. He kind of swats around,
Mhm.
He's back to using the pitchfork, which I don't know why he would, because he's got Mark's shotgun now. Unless he
Yeah.
wants to be
And
quiet, I guess.
it's like being stabby.
Yeah, stick with the process that works, I guess.
Mhm.
Stick with the what got you there.
Mhm.
Um, and then Natalie, remember weird town weirdo Otto?
Yeah,
He
sure
pops
do.
up. Yeah. And
Creeping
then
around.
yeah, so before the Prowler is able to get to Pam, Otto pops up. He's like, "Just kidding, I'm just here to save the day," and fucking shoots the shit out of the Prowler. He's not dead though. You got a double tap. And then you have this like really weird, like quiet, silent, like back and forth, like moment between them. Was this unsettling to you?
It goes
The way he looks
on.
at her,
It goes on for an uncomfortable length of time. And he kind of looks at her like, I shot him, I saved you. And she kind of looks back like, "Ah, oh my God." Like she's kind of like smiling, she's kind of like smirking.
"Yeah,
Then it's
you my
back to
boyfriend
him.
now?"
And then it goes back to her. And it's just playing like the sweetest music. And you're like, okay, obviously that's not the end of the Prowler because we wouldn't be watching these two. But I was like, are they gonna make out? Like, what is happening?
Because you give the Prowler so much time to
So
get
much
up,
time.
get himself situated,
Shoot him in the head.
just check his wound, be like, "All right, is this a mortal situation? Okay, all right, let me clean myself up. Let's grab a shotgun," and then bam, shoot the hell out of him. So Otto's dead. Like literally just buys her like 15 seconds
But
of
yeah.
just uncomfortable staring.
And he does injure the Prowler pretty good.
Yeah, which probably kind of evens the playing field a little bit because pretty quickly Pam gets the upper hand when the Prowler jumps on her and
Yeah.
she unmasks him and Natalie. It's the sheriff who went fishing.
But he wasn't actually fishing.
So I'm assuming that he was the boyfriend that was broken up with,
Oh, for
right? That
sure.
killed Rosemary.
Mhm.
But so would him and Chatham not know each other? I mean, unless like he never met her dad, right?
I mean,
Not that he would think
I'm
necessarily you're the person that killed her, but you would be a prime suspect.
he would be a prime suspect, but I'm going to assume.
And to get a job as the town sheriff, like a visible position in the very small town that this man lurks about in,
I mean,
right?
if he just if she okay, let's go back in time here. If Rosemary only had sent him a letter to break up with him,
Mhm.
maybe didn't share that story with anyone, and then just started dating, like nobody knows what the circumstances of their breakup were.
Well, but just that they
So,
broke up.
yeah, that's fine. But I mean that yes, while he'd be the most recent person to date her, so I guess he would be a prime suspect. Like that doesn't mm, I don't think it's enough.
That is, I think that, yeah, I don't know. I feel like that'd be enough for me to call it. I'm like, yeah, no, th this dude immediately is the killer.
But also
But maybe he becomes a
what
sheriff so he can destroy evidence. I don't know.
oh for sure. But what is his motivation for like the creepy gesture of asking Pam like if she'll take the rose? Like what is that? And leaving the roses on the dead women.
I don't know because it doesn't explain why he does that other than like, I don't know, maybe that was just like a creepy thing he did before he was a killer,
Is he
maybe.
just like he's so triggered by this graduation party that because he kills men too. It's not like he's just targeting women.
But
So
he
it would
doesn't leave
make
them roses.
yeah, but it would make more sense to me if he was only targeting women. But maybe I didn't fully understand the motivation there.
Well, he is, I think, primarily targeting women. It's because the men that get killed are killed simply because they just happened upon the situation, whether it was Carl or Otto or maybe that's it, Carl and Otto. So, and Mark being knocked out, he's not dead though.
I suppose. I feel like it was just like a little too paper thin for me.
So I was just like, oh, okay, I get it. Yeah, he's Ugh. That guy's really mad about being broken up with and still won't let it go. And then like kind of the similar thing where it's like he, I guess, just didn't want that place to be open for a graduation party ever again
Apparently not.
because it would just send him into a killing spree. Yeah. Well, so that's all we can guess because she does say why a couple times and he just grunts and doesn't answer. So I'm glad that she's like, well, okay, well, I'm only entertaining that for a minute. I'm gonna put the shotgun right under your chin. And my second favorite kill of this movie. But it's a bummer it cuts away a
Cuts
little
away
quicker than I'd
fast.
like.
Yeah.
But to see this head just explode and just
Oh my gosh.
blood and skull pieces fly everywhere, I thought it was very beautiful.
So many pieces.
Lovely crescendo. It looks so good.
Yeah. Yeah.
But
It's
all
very
settled
good.
then. All right, it was the sheriff. So this is kind of like a weird ending because it doesn't,
There's no
yeah,
resolve there.
there is no resolve. Because the next morning, Deputy Mark's like, all right, well, you're still covered in blood, so I'm gonna go drop you off at the dorm. Um, And this is why I think he told her, "Oh yeah, yeah, sure, he's fine," because that place absolutely would be like a taped off crime scene by now, right?
Yeah,
If they
for
had
sure.
reported to anybody else that like, "Oh yeah, can someone check on Sherry?"
Yeah, no, they did not give a shit about Sherry.
Yeah, because she goes right upstairs. The shower's still running, and both of them are in there. And I wasn't sure if this was like a figment of her imagination
No,
or
I think
if
it's real.
Carl actually was like still kind of maybe alive or just twitching,
I
and
think he
like
was
reaches
still a
out
little
for her.
alive.
Yeah, because I think for good measure he was also hung by his tie
Mhm.
in the shower.
He definitely should be dead.
Or maybe the Prowler was like, after just like stabbing him like right through the fucking skull with his eyes popping white and shit, he's like, oh, maybe I can still make this look like a suicide. Let me let me just
Little
put
murder
these
suicide
let me
situation.
put that little head hole piece back in. It's like trying to like recork a bottle of wine. You just like can't really
God.
get quite in because it's just too spongy and wet at the bottom, you know?
Ew.
And then he's like, I'll just hang you by your tie. You just look like
Right.
you were just so upset by your girlfriend slipping and falling on that shower pitchfork that you just couldn't bear it. You just had to get wet yourself and hang yourself.
Or pitchfork.
But basically he reaches out and then his arm falls back down and she just jumps back and goes, "Oh God, no thank you."
I know. Like I would
And
have tried
then
to get him out of the rope
and then that's it. That's the end of the movie.
at the end.
So
And she screams, and you do see Mark like react, like, huh? What?
he's like, "Oh yeah, oh fuck, I guess I didn't check on them, did I?"
And he's like, oh,
Ugh.
whoopsie daisy.
That
He's
would
like,
be
let's
really
just drive
funny.
away. Let's just pretend we had already left.
And that's our movie, Natalie. The Prowler.
Mhm.
Still pretty bare bones, plot wise.
Just too bare bones for me, but we'll get to that.
Well, before we do then, Natalie, what are the taglines for this movie?
Okay, this one's interesting. I looked up these taglines and then I had to do research. So this movie has seven taglines, but two of them are from 1984, not from 1981, because apparently this movie was re-released under the title of Pitchfork Massacre.
Well, hey, that's fair. There's a lot of pitchforking.
But what is also interesting is there's no there's no real record of whether or not this was an authorized re-release or if someone just did it without like permission. So it's
Oh,
kind
I
of
was thinking
weird.
like maybe after like the success of the last chapter, which at that point I think was the highest grossing Jason movie, maybe.
Yeah,
Um,
maybe.
well, let's fucking this guy's got another slasher movie. Let's put this out.
You know what? That probably is it. So they re-released it as the Pitchfork Massacre. So these, I'm going to save those two for last because I think they're my favorite. So, okay, the five taglines for the Prowler
Okay.
are just when you thought it was over. Pretty
I
generic.
guess that's pretty generic.
It will freeze your blood.
When was freezing happening? This happens during the summer.
No, I think they're saying like it'll like I don't know, like
Just chill you
shock
to the
you, like
bone.
yeah, that kind of thing. Oh, I counted wrong. There's four.
Okay.
The human exterminator. I don't
Yeah, I would have wanted him to use some more exterminating tools then.
Yeah, yeah. And then the last one, this one's fine. If you think you're safe, you're dead wrong.
Still pretty generic, but at that point, I mean, no other
Mhm.
movie had used before 1981.
Oh, I'm sure someone else had. But the Pitchfork Massacre ones are kind of fun. So we got you don't need a chainsaw to have a massacre,
The
which is
Pitchfork
bold
Massacre.
to like,
So I guess I'm so dumb. So yeah, they called it Pitchfork Massacre to like present it as like an alternative to a Texas Chainsaw Massacre.
which seems wild. I mean, I guess gore wise, it actually is more gory than Texas Chainsaw Massacre, but
Hmm.
That's a bold comparison.
Yeah. No, thank you on the shots fired there.
Yeah. But here's my favorite one. A four-pronged nightmare.
Yeah.
It's so dumb that it works. And they could call it that even just as the Prowler,
I mean,
since he does use the
technically,
pitchfork.
and still actually, I think he only kills what, the two people with the double kill with the pitchfork, and
Mhm.
then Shelly in the shower. Who else does he kill with the pitchfork?
It's
He
your reading.
slashes a lot. But okay, fine.
Take
Pitchfork
that.
massacre. Keep going.
That's it.
Oh,
Yeah,
that
that's
was
the
it.
last one. Yeah, the four-pronged nightmare. That was my favorite. Save the best for last, baby.
Yeah, yeah, I guess it's mine too. Um, I don't know. Maybe I was just in a good mood watching this movie. I give this like a 2.5. I think
Okay.
it's strong. I think that if someone's just like, man, I'm itching for a slasher, I feel like I've seen them all. If they haven't seen that one, I'd be like, yeah, it's a good time. It's, certainly not a bad time. And then of course, you have the Tom Savini of it all, like everything like looks fucking awesome and you've got some great kills. Um, yeah, is it kind of a carbon copy of My Bloody Valentine, which I think either came out like shortly after or before, but it's the same year, I
Didn't
think.
it come out after? Oh, the same year.
Yeah, but I just don't know when in the year. But
So, My Bloody Valentine was released. Okay, My Bloody Valentine was released February 11th. Of course, it was released in February. I don't even know why I looked.
yeah, that's sorry, we're dumb. Sorry, everybody,
Yeah,
we're dumb.
yeah, that was.
It's late.
Yeah, come on now. Of course, it was February, and this one came out. Okay, this one came out in November.
Oh,
So,
it's okay. So some time to
I
course
mean,
correct and be like, let's give him some roses. Let's
I mean, they were
you know.
filmed. They were probably filmed around the same time.
But like I said, I give this 2.5 booze. I would recommend this. If it was on in a hotel room, yeah, fuck yeah, leave it on. It's fine as I'm getting
Hmm,
ready. I don't know if I'm gonna like sit and like watch it, but it feels like,
just in the background.
yeah, I feel like it's like the perfect slasher to be on a TV in a slasher movie, you know?
Yeah, yeah, I agree with that completely.
Yeah, it's not distracting by any means, but
Yeah,
it's like, oh yeah, this is a
like
fun
someone might see it and
situation.
be like, "Oh, that's the Prowler."
Yeah, right. So where, like even in Scream, it's like you're watching Prom Night, you're just like, oh, well, I kind of want to watch Prom Night.
Yeah,
That sounds fun too.
that's fair.
So there
Um,
should be like a version of Scream where you watch I'm so dumb because that's what Randy's watching, right? Is Prom Night?
yes. Well, then he switches to Halloween,
Oh, right, right. I like the idea of doing a Scream showing where you watch like the first like hour of Scream until you get to the party and then you stop and then you watch Prom Night
and then you go back to the end of Scream.
and then you watch a little bit of Halloween and then you get back
Yeah,
to Scream.
that's not a bad idea.
I don't know. It was sounding like a worse and worse idea the longer I went. So I appreciate you being for there for me at the end of that sentence. Um, but yeah, I don't know. I think it's cool. Like, yeah, the kills are cool. I think that the characters, you know, make decisions that humans probably make, in situations like this. I'm like, hey, I appreciate Deputy Mark being completely, you know, an acknowledgement of being out of his
Yeah,
depth
he's
completely.
he's as competent as he needs to be.
Yeah, right. And I don't know. I didn't think Pam was that annoying. I liked her.
She's fine.
Yeah, forgettable, but
Yeah,
and then I thought actually I liked all the friends too.
I liked the friends.
Yeah.
Hmm.
And really like Carl is the MVP for me in this movie. Because
Carl's hot before
and
Zoe dies.
and he sells it like so good in like both moments in the
Yeah,
in his initial kill scene and then in the end in the shower. So good for him.
yeah, good for Carl. I agree.
So 2.5. How about you?
Okay. Hmm. I was on the fence between a 1.5 and a 2. I think what I like about this movie. Okay, I know what I like about this movie are the kills. I really enjoyed the kills. Like we talked about, the special effects were really good. You forgot to mention this was Kyle's pick, by the way, everyone. And he did pick it because of Tom Savini's name being on it. And I think that's fair. Anytime I
Solid
see his
pick.
name, yeah, anytime I see his name, I'm like, even if this isn't the best movie in the world, I know I'm going to get some good shit, like some good practical effects in here. So I will say the kills are really strong, and especially for a slasher of this time, like I said, they hold really long on the kills, which I like, and they're not the most over the top things. Like it's a slit of the throat, it's a pitchfork through the torso, except for maybe Carl. But they are more intense because they hold on longer. Whereas, like, if you're watching a Friday the 13th movie, a lot of Jason's kills, they're quick. Like, you get a quick second and it's off screen. So, I appreciate that about this movie. And there was released in other countries with a lot of that cut out. So, I wonder if that also hurt the film's success a little bit. But I would say because of the paper thin plot, and you all know, like I'm not opposed to a paper thin plot. I think it's because I've seen My Bloody Valentine more than once before having seen this movie that I was like, oh, this feels really familiar. So that bothered me a little bit. Not a huge fan of Pam, but I did like the rest of the cast. And I wish we would have gotten maybe more time, just like a little bit more time with the sheriff, just a tiny bit more time, especially because the movie's so fucking short. But overall, I enjoyed watching it. I probably wouldn't recommend this to someone unless they are a big horror fan and they're like, I want a new like a old slasher to go back and watch. Then I would recommend it. It'd be a very specific. Leave it on if it was playing in a hotel room. And I was between a 1.5 and a 2 when we started the conversation, but I'm going to push it to a 2, like a solid 2 for this one.
Chris.
I think that's good.
Yeah,
You pushed my score a little bit higher, so I'm gonna give it 2 boosts.
that's all I got, Natalie. I think just when they ask you to stay at the dance, just stay at the dance. Safety in numbers. Drink some more of that spiked punch. Give
Drink
the
some
band
more of
some
this stuff.
requests if they
Yeah,
take
just
them.
have a good time until you can go home.
Yeah. All right, everybody. Take care. And then I think the week after this, we'll be doing our mid-year episode.
Yeah,
So very exciting. Okay. Gosh, can
we
you
have a
believe
lot of
it?
thoughts.
I've seen a lot of movies, Natalie.
Oh my gosh, don't spoil it.
I won't. Well, not till the next week.
Yeah.
All right, everybody. Take care. Just prowl about till then. Just pop up. Pop up when you're ready.
Don't lurk in people's windows, though, to be clear. That's not the advice that we're giving.
No. Three. No, no, no. All right. Three, two, one. Ghost.
Thanks for listening to our episode on The Prowler. If you enjoyed this episode, you could subscribe to our podcast and leave a 5-boo review on whichever platform you choose to listen. No need to go out prowling to find out what we're up to, because you can find us on Instagram at 321ghostpod and give us a follow. Let us know if there's any 80s classics you'd like to hear us talk about. Follow us on Letterboxd at 321ghostpod to see our boo scores on all of the movies we've covered so far. Next week, we'll be doing our mid-year review of 2026. Thanks again for listening, and remember, if your roommate has been showering for 12 hours, you should probably go check on her. 3, 2, 1, ghost.